guys assess the first game? What did you think of the group in the first game?
I thought we did really well. There's a ton of stuff we need to work on, but as far as our first game, I mean, we executed. We had a plan. We followed it. We kept to it. There's always stuff that we got to correct, but I was proud of the way we handled it, especially at their place.
First game is always a chance to kind of see what you have. What did you learn about your team in that first game?
Man, it was exciting. You're right. We got to learn a lot of things. We have a lot of playmakers, a lot of young guys, and we're hungry. So there's a lot of stuff we need to get better at, but I'm really excited. I mean, we really are competitors, and no matter what, we're just going to play hard. So I figured that one out. I found that out.
Last time I'll bring up last year, but the feeling after this game this time as opposed to last time, just kind of take us into your head and how that felt.
I mean, you said it. Last year was a young year for us, and I think the second year really helped us, and we saw that. We felt very prepared. There was less distractions, less things to think about, because we had another chance, another good crack at them. So it felt really good, and we noticed it, and we played a lot lighter, and we felt good about it.
You looked at what's been the big, always first game is all kinds of things to nitpick as well. What's been the big emphasis of the coaches this week? Where to get better this week?
Yeah, I mean, you said it. The biggest thing for us is to get better. And I mean, we did a good job last week, and as you said, there's a lot of stuff we need to correct. And as you said, we just got to look at ourselves and evaluate. And it's a whole nother week. I mean, it's already Wednesday, so we're game planning, we're working hard, and we got to become 1-0 again. So.
Sean's quiet. You're typically not. What do you know about Sean Monster, and how cool is it to see him have the performance that he had against Troy?
I mean, I was so happy for him. I mean, he's such a good guy. And, I mean, as you can tell, he's very humble. When he gets on the field, he's a different animal. Don't let him kid you. And also in the locker room, he's a fun guy to be around. I'm only a couple lockers down, and, I mean, he's always having a good time. I mean, he's talking about how he's dancing. And, I mean, he's not trying to, bring so much attention to himself, but just, be a part of something great. And he's just an awesome asset to the team.
Is it cool to see a guy that has been so patient and has long waited for this moment, and to see it pay off like it did on Saturday?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was just so awesome, and to see the deep ball being thrown and catching it. I mean, it's just an awesome place to be and an awesome place to see that happen. So you already know we're fired up when he makes plays and when any of the receivers make plays, and it's due for him to do really good this year.
Everybody talking about the passing, everybody talking about the turnovers. How would you analyze the run game after one game going into UConn Saturday night?
Yeah, I think we did well. We'd love to put up more numbers, but I mean, we were hot as far as passing goes. And I think just staying in front of the chains was huge, and using the run game to really help that out was a big thing for us. And it's always to be an emphasis, just like every offense. And we're just going to keep doing that and be prepared for next week.
John, you did mention maybe the numbers weren't there for rushing, but Harsin kind of said you guys got a good push and stuff like that. Certainly the game plan was to throw quite a bit. Are you eager to kind of get that run game going? Because I know that's been such a big emphasis for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. There's always stuff we can work on, and I know there was a couple penalties that hurt that yardage. But like you said, it's another week, and we always want to increase that statistic.
You look at just with what Troy kind of does with their defensive line. I mean, they run a lot of stunts and stuff like that. So, I mean, how much of a challenge is that for you guys to communicate and all that game one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, game one is always interesting. There's always new stuff. So we prepare for kind of everything. And so it's always kind of a bigger game plan. And they did a good job. They did a good job moving around. They did a good job playing fast. And but we were prepared for it. We made that a big emphasis to just be patient, just work on your basic fundamentals and good footwork, and it paid off.
I know that Harsin praised Brett for bouncing back, but first play of the game is a sack. What goes through your guy? What goes through your mind?
I mean, the first thing I thought was next play mentality, and I don't know. We just thought that just next play. We have a ton of time, and we can't let the first play ruin the 2018 season. So.
I mean, I know. How'd you bounce back from it so quickly? I mean, it looked like they ran kind of a stunt on the first play, and then. I mean, they did continue to do stuff like that, but it never was an issue again that game.
Well, the only reason why is because that's just a simple mistake. I mean, this was like a a very basic fundamental, and Garrett got excited. So I mean that's just the first game, first play of the game, and it wasn't going to be an issue again because that was just a simple mess up that he'll never do again. So
was it good for you guys to, not good to have that, but a little bit of adversity right off the bat, and then after that be able to have a good game? Everyone talked about how it was a bit of a slow start last year. For you guys to kind of buckle up after that and be pretty solid. What did that mean for you guys to do that in the first game?
It meant a lot, and also, it told us that we could fight through adversity, and it was kind of cool getting, having that happen early, so it wouldn't happen later on. But yeah, that was a good point. That was a big thing for us.
When you go back and you kind of watch some highlights, and there are a couple throws in there where you gave Brett 4 or 5 seconds, and then he still kind of hangs on, takes a hit at the end, but the play works out. I mean, is that I don't know how cool is it to see it all kind of come together like that? I guess.
Yeah, it's really cool, and then also we don't want him to ever get in touch, but it is cool seeing the whole play come together. I mean, just as we practice it, it's really cool seeing your hard work in practice pay off in the game.
How much are you looking forward to the home opener here out on the blue?
We're so excited. There's just it's just that awesome feeling that we're going to protect the blue, and we got a really good opponent coming up in UConn with a big front, and we're just excited to tackle that challenge.
I was going to ask one more about Brett, and that's how dialed in was he? Do you guys see a different Brett at all? I mean, he just kind of seemed like he was in an attack mode, especially that entire first half.
I wouldn't say it's a different Brett because he's always been super laser focused. I mean, but he was just killing it, and I mean, whatever he was doing, it was working. He comes out every single day, even in practice. He just does the same thing mentally. You could tell he's always dialed. He's always in that game time focus, and I didn't see anything different. But I mean, clearly he was doing a great job with whatever he was doing.
Thank you.